Oh, so like it's 1st November and a late pleasant Diwali to everyone who's probably watching and a late Halloween as well. Needless to say, progress has been made, or perhaps is in the process of being made, because it's been. Give me a minute. It's ever since 17th of last month, that is 17th of October, I started to improve my very diet and I became consistent in gym. That is why being, giving particular days for my certain body parts for, for the purpose of exercise and workouts. And I started to consume at least around, I started to incorporate about 70 to 80 grams of protein per day by means of obviously veg and non-vegetarian stuff as such, like meat, eggs, paneer, and all that, all those sort of stuff. So needless to say, yeah, it's good. Nothing bad about it. However, the thing is, um, yeah, I haven't been to, gym or perhaps my morning walks ever since this is the third day, I suppose, third or second day that I haven't been there because laziness has taken over me at some degree. Uh, Nothing big of a progress that I've made, but again, I believe a little growth in my arms. Yeah, it's not quite of a pump out there, but again, it's something quite small, but yeah, it is a little step towards improvement. Needless to say, I believe that I'm yet to improve a lot. This is a small step, I believe, but again, it is something that I've, considered. I perhaps wish to reduce the amount of sugar uh, to be undertaken. Sorry, I believe I shouldn't be consuming a lot of sugar. I believe that if I continue on this very path, I'll lose a good amount of fat. And I mean, it's been 13 days since I've been following it, and yeah, it's not like I've completely, looked away from sugar. I have had sort of sugar in you know ways of sweets because Diwali and a lot of other things, and I had to have it. I was obliged to have it, although I could say no, or perhaps give my very reason of being on a diet. However, I had it. Needless to say, I think I look after to change it after today is Saturday. I look after to change it by next Monday, the upcoming Monday. So yeah, I'll reduce the amount of sugar and increase the amount of protein and everything as such. So yeah, I've had some improvements, some very little, I would say, and I hope to be quite consistent upon it. Needless to say, I'll remove these. Needless to say, I believe I think I've been talking to myself a lot. I don't know why, but yeah, I've been pondering or thinking upon this very thought of full liberty or full freedom that is. How a person can get it, or perhaps how a society can attain it. Oh, that's a notification, man, when you have regarding my exams. Oh, about that. I still do not know when my exams are. I mean, no one in existence, sorry, no one in my college is aware when we have our exams, especially my, the backlog one exam. I'm yet to give it. However, there are no dates. So I think we are somewhat in some sort of fog along with my peers. But yeah, it's quite something. I mean, I'm used to it. Another thing that I've been noticing about my very self, it's not noticing, but again, it's a desire. It's a desire that currently, where I'm living, I wish to leave it, like after my graduation. I think I have last 7 to 8 months. Leave this place and go to Delhi. Yeah, a lot of people. I mean, I know even my parents and a lot of friends and mutuals do consider Delhi as one of the worst and hell of a place. I would say it's a hell of a place. However, I believe there are people who match my very way of thinking or perspective, दृष्टिकोण नजरिया जो हम लोगों की तरफ देखते हैं. So I believe it could be there. Like, how I view society, or perhaps, a lot of other things and like-minded people. I believe I'll find a lot of people as me over there, and, maybe that might open some amount of opportunities, not only opportunities, but, connections, understanding another person by my very heart. It's quite something. I believe that I'll achieve my full liberty if I go to Delhi for the purpose of MBA, obviously. However, I'll have to bear a lot of things. I'll have to. I mean, yeah, I'll attain liberty. The thing is, even while being in my city, I mean, it's a metropolitan city. I never have completely, been to the very thing that it's known for. That is clubbing and nightlife and everything as such. The urban or metropolitan. I cannot pronounce the word. Vocabulary is quite bad. But yeah, I never have done it. I wish to do it, but again, restrictions, limitations by my parents. I have opposed them a lot of times. Again, I mean, yeah, they would allow me to go to clubbing and all that, but again, it feels like is it something that I should be doing? I mean, sure, I have been to a club back then in 2023, 2 years ago, along with my parents and my cousin ke parents, and I didn't have any alcohol. Obviously, I haven't had it even now. But again, I believe it was the ambience was nice, the people were nice, and I was enjoying. I was dancing somewhat. I would believe I recorded the whole thing, so it's quite like that. I mean, I would like to go there, but again, it is something is stopping me. I don't know what exactly, but there is something which is stopping me. Maybe my morals, my principles. But yeah, I believe it is quite something. Needless to say, I want to go to Delhi, meet people like me, meet people like me, and it's quite like that. I wish to be sustainable in terms of, my own very life. And yeah, I wish to leave my city because it's been 20 years. I'm 20 years old and I find it annoying. It's not annoying, but again, I've seen enough. I've seen enough of my very city, and I believe I'm yet to explore a lot of places. One of my favorite places in India is Himachal. To be specific, it's Kasol, the pine trees. I'm not sure which trees are those, but again, very huge. It's quite huge. It's turgid. I mean, it's quite, in terms of width, it's huge. Oh, to be lost in the woods, it sure is something. It's sure a punk or, punk thing or something like that. So yeah, it's quite like that. I've I've been incorporating a lot of incorporating. I cannot pronounce it. Why? So yeah, I've been incorporating a lot of good things. A lot of um, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, walnuts, almonds. I do not know how to say kishmish English में क्या बोलते हैं. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, a lot of other things, a bunch of things, and yeah, it's nice. I feel nice about myself after a very long time, and I hope. Oh, one more thing. I believe I should be growing this very thing, facial hair of mine. Um, I plan to grow it as much as like Zeke Yeager from Attack on Titan because it is something. So Crystal Crotonando too. I'm just trying to mimic his very vocabulary. But yeah, I wanna grow this. I mean, yeah, I haven't trimmed this or perhaps shaved it in like I suppose 10 to 14 days. But yeah, yeah, I wanna grow it. I hope I grow it for the next 6 months, and I hope I would be able to show my very body in 6 to 7 months because I want to be consistent in this very gym ka thing, and get muscles, get lean, and lose my very body fat percentage. Sorry about that. And that's all. I feel optimistic about myself. At least a little. That's all. I should take care. Shouldn't have said that. Signing off.